Libra, welcome to your Astroflower going from the 16th through to the 22nd of January. I haven't been here for 3 weeks. I do apologise. I've had a really bad throat. I lost my voice for 2 weeks, which everyone really enjoyed. So I've been out of the loop. It's great to be back. Welcome back to the Astroflower. So this week here, we're going to be doing a reading for the Tarots for that week and going through the usual sort of stuff. But we're also at the end going to be doing a chakra reading and a aura reading. Okay, so let's just see what's going on here, and let's just jump straight in here with your overall energies. There's a focusing of the mind here. And in that transition, it can seem a little bit daunting. But as it's like you're just waking up and like the focus is starting to come back, and then you kind of go, oh, right, now I can see things how they are. And so it's a beautiful week, actually. It's a realization week for you, I think. And that's going to put you in a very strong position going forward. I could be emotional as well. So it is having that plain sailing aspect of the King of Cups, where the King of Cups has that that awe around them of someone who is complete and utterly control of their situation. But there is this starfish here, which we got on these cards here, and also a crab. So there's a lot of things going on under the surface. The crab is constantly rebuilding their home, so they're rebuilding their situation. And also the starfish can move in any direction, but all the work is going on underneath, and it's clearing up. It's gradually chewing away at the seeds, seaweed, and the sea moss and stuff like that, where it can it's just gradually clearing up basically the situation. So the crab is rebuilding, and the starfish is sorting things out in the underneath, so everything is neat and in its place basically. And you have a complete and utter control over this situation if you so desire. You just got to focus on it, and that seems really nice for you. It's going to put you in a very strong position going forward. The sun's been very active, so there's been a lot of fire and air, which is gonna stimulate you a lot. Now that can make you a little bit sort of like nervous, a little bit skitty, but at the same time you can use that energy to really propel yourself forward. Okay, so let's just see what's going on the karmic message for this week. This is regarding to your relationships. This is where the King of Cups and the crab, almost Cancer energy, is going to help you develop. It's almost as if you've got to realise, it's sort of saying, this is who I am, take or leave it in a way. And just being, not shutting people out, but just sort of saying, hi, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, no, I'm not like that. Or, yeah, I'm like that. Just being straight and not thinking too much about it within your relationships. Just being straight, I think, is really going to help you out. Yeah, it's a real love. It's going to make you fall in love. You got to learn to love, and to learn to love, it's not necessarily just loving yourself. What it means by the idea of loving yourself in order so you can love other people, it's more of a case of knowing who you are. So knowing your beauty, knowing your ugly side. We all have it. We all have it. And knowing those two sides, you can really fall in love with someone who can complement you in your beautiful side, and also help you in your ugly sides. and you will be then ultimately helping them on their ugly side, and helping to them to explore their beautiful side even more. And I think this is gonna, I think it's learning to love life in a way in regards to relationships that are around you. Now, this could be a couple, this could be family, friends, community. I think it's in all aspects of it, really. It could well be the fact that you're falling in love, and it could be with someone you're already with. It's like you re-fall in love with them because they are who they are, and and it complements you beautifully. Or you could be meeting someone new with that complementation. So let's just see how the universe is trying to guide your karmic message. It's like the Fool energy. It's a leap of faith. And the universe here is sort of saying, we can't do it for you, only you can do it, but we're going to be there for you. When you land, they're going to help you out. Enjoy the moment of, it's like when we fall in love, you get those butterfly moments, you kind of, wow, this is amazing, sort of scenario. And it's enjoying that moment there. And then when it comes down to, the universe is going to be sort of kind of going, and we've provided a really good landing spot for you. Yeah. Okay, so they're telling you that those troubled times you might have had over the past year, because 2022 was a pretty hectic year. I did do the 2023 readings. Should get into that, the collective and also the personal readings. Really nice. It's a leap of faith. It's the end of that cycle here. The universe is signifying this to you, and they can't do it for you. You've just got to jump. You got to go for it. You got to love life. How are the guides trying to influence this karmic message? This is with your coincidences that are around you. So I think there's opportunities for relationships, but I don't necessarily think that it's like going out down the pub or to a bar or a restaurant, to a nightclub. I think it's going more, it's more connected with your everyday life of what you actually do. Sort of scenario. You're going to meet people that are going to, stimulate you in your everyday life, I think. And I think this is how the guides are trying to influence the connections or the coincidences that are around you. And they're encouraging you to look at things differently, I think. You may have been looking for love in the wrong areas, basically. And now this is this whole getting focus in life. I think this is where it's going to steady you in a real powerful position as you go forward, because you're going to be the person, or you're going to be the sign that, in the next sort of like 2 or 3 weeks, that are going to have that vision, are going to have that direction, are going to have that insight, that security that goes along with that insight, with that 10 of Cups. Let's just see how the guides trying to influence the conversation that is within you. You know your worth. This is what comes back to the idea of falling in love with yourself, knowing your worth, knowing yourself. And this is where the guides are trying to sort of say to you within there, they're going to call you out, when you're trying to self-sabotage yourself, as you like to do. Your doubt creeps in. But they're also going to be making you a leader and sort of saying, you can do this. You've got this. They're really, they're encouraging you to let go and make that leap of faith. Don't hold on tightly. And that's what they're trying to encourage within you, I think. To let go of things. To let go of things, to self-sabotaging, sort of that doubt. Sometimes overly cautious side of you within your relationships. If you want that, if you want to learn how to love, you've got to throw caution to the wind to a certain extent. Okay? But you've got a good position in order to experiment with that. And I think you should experiment with that idea this week. It's going to put you in a really nice position. Let's just see what's going on your financial sort of side. It's an exponential growth. So 1 week you're earning 2, next week you're earning 4, next week you're earning 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 124, 1024. It's a new dimension. It's you're going through this process of realizing how you can accumulate for you. That just wants to come out as well. You got the ace of this is a whole new thing for you. I think this is where this is going to override that side of things. It's going to make you feel really, really good. All of a sudden, the opportunities are there. This new, you've got to accept this new paradigm, and you've got to be passionate about the new paradigm that you're going into. So this could be a new job. If you're going into a new job, put in all your passion into it. Enjoy this transition. If you're already in a job and you're looking to career path to increase your career path, put your passion into it. It will open those doors. If you got your business, put your passion into your business. Be passionate about your clients. Be passionate about the situation. And if you do, it's going to bring you good results here. Let's just see how the universe is trying to guide you in this situation. You've got a message to bring through your work, through your projects, your business. You've got a message to bring, I think. And it's gradually, the universe is bubbling it up to the surface. And it's a way in which you do business. It's the way in which you conduct yourself with your work colleagues, or how your work colleagues conduct themselves with them, or what the overall view or vision is for the company that you're working for. You can be part of that vision and stuff like that. Tower. A lot of cardinals have got this, and it is only cardinals have got this. I think you're clearing out the old, and I think this is what this message is coming through. It's clearing out old belief systems in regards to finances, businesses, job, careers, everything like that. This is what this whole new dimension is all about. If you put your passion into it, it's gonna clear out all the old cobwebs of the past and bring in a bright new future. And let's just see what's going on, how you guys are trying to influence this. They just show me this, like someone just, trash, great, keep that, trash. Just throwing stuff away, just sort of saying, don't need that in my life anymore. And this stems from this passion that you should be coming into your life. I don't think, this is obviously an emotional card. This is what you would normally, if it was over on this side, it'd be a completely different kettle of fish. But it's on this side here. And for me, I think if you were to, the problem with sometimes with Libra, I've got loads of Librans around me, and I love each and every one of them. They're absolutely brilliant Librans around me. They're beautiful people, really are beautiful people. So sometimes it's difficult for you to make choices. Sometimes you get a little bit sort of, your mental starts going, you start thinking, should I, shouldn't I? And then your emotion starts building up because that mental's demanding a lot of information. Therefore, the emotions are going to start going, and it's going to stop you. That's when you start procrastinating. That's when it's difficult to make the choices. You worry too much, you become anxious. And I think this is where the guys here, when they're going trash, they're avoiding all of the emotions that will be set up for you going into something new that you may not understand. So they're really helping you out here, and they're really funneling into this 10 of Cups scenario situation. The world is a changing place. Yes, we can be anxious about it, or we can embrace it. And I would suggest you to embrace your future. Embrace the world around you. It is a risk. Every day's a risk. You can't get away from that, and you should enjoy those risks. Obviously, you shouldn't put your head on the chopping block every day, but I would enjoy getting out there, mixing it up and getting involved. but without getting emotionally attached to it, because this is what we're talking about, the financial world, the human world. Human world is a little bit buggered at the moment, and I would just take your emotions out of the situation. So you got that plain sailing going ahead. Really lovely card actually there. I love that Three of Swords in that position. You're the only one to have got it actually, to be honest, but it's come out in a really beautiful sense. Let's just see how your guides are trying to influence you here. There's a lot of intuition. There's a lot of kind of going, and this, know that, do this. It's, and I wouldn't think about it. I would just follow. I would really listen to that inner voice there. Yeah, it's that leap of faith. I've been saying it down here. There's on this side as well, and I talked about it on this side as well. And as I say, I think this, your financial or your business or your jobs or your everyday life, your house and stuff like that, is going to affect this side of it a lot. And being able to make decisions like that at a snap of a finger is going to help you incredibly. And you're going to realise a lot. And you've got to enjoy that frisson of a leap of faith as you're flying through the air, kind of going, I wonder how this is going to end up. If you know yourself, coming back to that, if you know yourself, you will be like a cat. You'll land on your feet. You really will, Libra. Let's just see what the overall outcome is. And this is going into the following week, as it were. There's a real direction here. There's like a hurricane, but it's a hurricane that's going this way, and whatever's in my way is gonna wiped out. So if I was you, get out the way. So yeah, it's a really, really powerful next couple of weeks after that. I think this difficulty that you're going through at the moment this week of tucking out those emotions, having those tower moments and stuff like that, is that fence that you can see there on the Ten of Cups, that difficulty going into happiness. We can see that difficulty down here with the 10 of Swords as well. So there's 2 10s, which is really good for you, and a lot of secure energy for the going future. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be really bright. As I said at the very beginning, I think you're going to be in a position of strength, but the strength is your happiness, knowing where you're going. That's where your strength is going to be. And it's going to be beautiful for you. You're going to really enjoy it. You're going to really feel like this is it. This is the way to go. This is who I should be. This is who someone I can love. Therefore, I can love someone else. And I can find that complementary person that is around me, or open up that complementary aspects of the person I'm with already. I think it's really beautiful, really beautiful. So let's move on to your chakras. I'm going to be interested to see this. The chakras and your aura on this. As I said, the sun's been really working a lot in the way of creating a lot of fire and air. Thank you very much for those cards. A lot of fire and a lot of air in the system. Obviously, you've got a lot of air. You don't have a great deal of fire. You just have fire that's sort of connecting in around the throat chakra. So, that's what makes you the word master. Very articulate with your words, very poignant and precise. And that's what's going to help you a lot at the moment. So communication will probably be a good thing. And communicating precisely what you want, because that's going to lead into that 10 of Cups. So let's see what this going on with the man here. Here we go. We've got the man. We've got his legs. There's his arms and there's his head. So there's his crown and everything like that. Let's see what's going on the root chakras. Okay, everyone seems to have got this, apart from, I think it was Aries. That one of the root chakras, the root is like 2 sort of like almost like corkscrews that sort of you can screw into the ground. This is when you can connect with the earth's energy not with the Earth's energy, where you can ground yourself, so you can bring all your forces a lot lower, get a little bit more concrete, do things. And I think this is a good thing for you, because it's on this right hand side where it's lacking a little bit. So you've got a lot of stationary, you're grounded, or you're rooted into process, into administration, getting things in order, money as well, it works into that sort of thing. It's making sure everything works, basically. And on the right hand side is all to do with sort of, it's much more lighter, it's all to do with pleasures and emotions and that sort of thing. And this is where you got your leap of faith. This is where you got your lover's card as well. And so you'll find yourself, your emotions, just let them flow through you at the moment, I think. As long as you just keep getting things done, making sure you get the finances in, have the confidence in yourself to make those instant decisions within your financial sort of side, which will work really well. Let's just go on to your sacrum. Yeah, don't forget your fun. Don't forget your pleasure. And I think this is why you've got less in your root chakra, because it's trying to encourage you to get out there and have a little bit more fun. Connect with other people and stuff like that. When you get a bee in your bonnet about getting the administration done, you really do get a bee in your bonnet. And you need to have that sort of work-play ethic to be put into place nicely. You need to have a little bit more sort of balance and harmony on that sort of side for it to work really well for you. Let's have a look at your solar plexus. It's really wide. Well, I say really wide. It's very strong, which is good for determination and passion, that fire side of you, which we were talking about earlier on. But you need direction in that, and that's probably why you've got more in your left hand root chakra and in your left hand side of your sacrum. It needs to have direction in order to harness that sort of force that is within the solar plexus. So I would concentrate on that thing. So when you're doing that administration, you're really there. You're not elsewhere with your mind elsewhere. But you do need that other side just to give you a bit of harmony as you're coming round that transition through that Four of Wands and that Ace of Wands as well, with that passion bringing you through. So it's bringing you into the right direction. That's why you've got it more on one side than the other. But as it does, I would, be very conscious that life should be fun. It should be enjoyed. And so, don't lose sight of that as well. Why you are doing this work, why you're putting in place this administration and stuff like that. Okay. And that will focus your solar plexus, so then you'll get things done without feel like you're having to try too hard in order to get them done. So then that's going to relax life a little bit and make it a little bit easier. Let's just see what's going on your heart chakra. Well, your heart chakra is, your sword's energy, your air's energy, and your heart chakra is very well defined. It's very crystal in a way. It's crystal clear. But when crystals form, that's when you get the sharp edges. So, it's very delicate. But I think that's where you're going to find your direction. With your passions that build up into your heart, so you can build up your heart's desires in regards to emotion, in regards to love and stuff like that. It's showing your best side, basically, your most beautiful side to look at in your heart, which is very precise, precision, very just. I would allow that to widen a little bit more in order to it almost takes up a position where because you've got that definition of that heart chakra and it's very fine, if you widen it a little bit, it almost gives up as a defense as well at the same time. You know, when something is ultimately beautiful, when you see something's beautiful, you almost don't want to touch it because it's just so beautiful to look at. And that's a similar sort of thing here. So you can explore your lover's card and those new paradigm that we're going into, where you don't get emotionally distraught about it because you're not taking it in on the heart. You're just expressing it in the heart more than anything else. I think that's really nice, but you do need to enlarge it a little bit, and maybe that's why you need to take it from your solar plexus to enlarge it. Let's just see what's going on with your... Okay, so the third eye and the throat chakra. You've got the third eye, which is very much more extended than the throat chakra. So this is the throat chakra and this is the third eye. And it's very much more extended. So you're a little bit in your head. And this is why your heart chakra is, and I think this is where your heart chakras, rather than being nice and sort of wide between each petal, it's defining, getting a lot more thinner. And I think here is realizing here that maybe there's a little bit too much in your head. And you've got to be a little bit wary of that. But it's also, it can be used for crystal clear thinking if you follow your heart and your solar plexus, because that will then give that extra bit of energy that you've got in your third eye, that ability to kind of, with the swords, kind of judge and go, that's it, that's it, and just move on and move on. And this is where taking the emotions out of it is a good thing, which we saw with the three of swords. So it can be a really good thing, and it can be a very dangerous thing if you allow those emotions to come in. I think it's going to you'll end up involving too much mental, which will be detrimental to you, basically. I don't feel that, but that could be a case for some of you. Let's just see what's going on with your crown chakra. One of the best defined crown chakras I've seen out of the whole lot, really. It's open, but it's precise. So it's, rather than being like that, I'm going to do it like that actually. Rather than being like that, it is that shape, but it's got the end petals where it's just slightly like that. So it's there's a little bit of give in it. So I think it's a good week. You're going to be able to understand things a lot better. There's certain things you're going to be able to let go of, which is that stress that's caused here. That's the past and those emotions. You're going to be able to let go of it a lot more. You're going to be able to rationalize a lot of things a lot easier, and without being too blinkered on your view of things, basically. But I do think it would be nice to if you just want to take from your third eye and put it more into your heart in a very precise way, so it enlarges it without loss of definition. So if you relax and you imagine or you picture your third eye just reducing slightly, and then just pulling that excess of energy, just pulling it into your heart, allowing that to grow and be more, keeping that definition and just excelling at your pure beauty of you. It'd be really nice. Okay, so that's the sort of type of meditation you can do. Let's go on to your aura and see what's going on there. Okay, you really do need to let go of the past on the emotional sort of side. I think there could be mental conflicts which you have with people or situations that is there. It's happening, the conflict's happening there and not out there. And because it's not happening out there, this is where you'll keep whacking yourself. It's like throwing a boomerang out that comes back and just whacks you on the head. I would just, at the end of the day, in your meditation, just sort of have a look at what you thought, the thoughts you had during the day. And there's certain ones you kind of go, actually, I don't want to think like that. No, can I bring that back, please? So it doesn't come back and whack you. And you can eliminate that because it becomes a habit. And you can eliminate that habit within a week of doing a meditation at the end of the day where you examine those sort of things and allow only the good things to come out, which will then keep feeding on you. It will take the emotions out of the situation, put you in the King of the Cups scenario, and eventually create and manifest that 10 of Cups on the outcoming. So there you go, Libra. I have opened up 5 appointments per week in my agenda for the people on YouTube. You can reserve in a link in the description below. That's going to be available for the next 2 months to see how it goes. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, why not? Blimey. You should be subscribed and click that bell, and also like, share, and everything else with this goes along with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much for your support for this channel. In the meantime, Libra, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.